Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm back with a message needed here right now. Let's hop right into it and find out your angels really want you to know. From the jump, I am hearing that you have a few amount of people from your past actually feeling really bad and guilty about the way they treated you. I feel like this may happen a lot of times in your life, but you may not realize this just because it may be months or years down the line when people realize they made a mistake. I feel like there's some situations where there could be one toxic person that turns people away from you, and then they realize with time when this person gets exposed for who they really are. And I feel like that's definitely something coming through today. There's a situation where you had a falling out with a certain individual, but over time, these people were talking about the situation and realizing that the facts are not adding up. I feel like, again, a lot of people do want to be loyal to their friends, to their family members, so sometimes they may not see the toxicities in the people around them. So you're going to have situations where people are believing what someone is saying over whatever you're saying just because of the fact that they have a loyalty to that person. But then things come out where this person gets mistreated or other people get mistreated around this individual, right? And then they start thinking about other situations where that person may have actually been the villain. And I feel like on the other side of things, you guys may have had those situations too, where you may have helped a friend out or had an ex that was playing victim. And then over time, you end up feeling bad for the people around that person because you realize they were the problem. So I feel like there is definitely a group of people discussing something that transpired. I'm hearing a year or two ago or a while ago. And you may have even forgotten about these people, but they could be popping up in your dreams, or maybe some people are unblocking you or something like that. I do feel like, again, there are certain people that want to reach out and discuss something that happened a long time ago, but I feel like they feel like you're not going to be up for it, or a lot of you guys are just not interested. And at times you may see somebody that knows somebody you fell off with try to add you or talk to you, and you're not interested because you think maybe that person is trying to just spy on you or something like that. But sometimes it really has to do with the fact that someone might be reaching out to you, trying to get clarity about something that happened a while ago. So that might be something that happens during retrograde. Again, my readings are timeless, but we do have an eclipse going on. We also as well have Mercury retrograde coming. And again, you can already tell the way I'm stumbling over my words. But again, there's a lot of people that have you heavily on their mind because they feel unresolved about their hand in the mistreatment of you. And some people are really not bad intentioned, they're just misguided. And I also feel on the flip side of things, there are people that were the people that mistreated you or was the person that mistreated you, but they are learning through life lessons that maybe they were taught wrong or the way they approached a situation with you was not great. I do feel like you do have an ex or a past fling coming in here that realized a lot of the way they treated you was bad advice, was things they saw growing up, was their own trauma, and they're beginning to feel really guilty. And again, I feel that people act in bad patterns all the time, but there is something very divinely orchestrated about your presence in people's lives. I feel, again, I always tell you guys, if you're new here, welcome. You are my light workers and my healers, and you are here to expose truths and help people grow and change. And unfortunately, that is going to amount in some relationships falling off and you guys having to move on with your lives, but doesn't mean that people forget about you. How many times do you have people reach out to you that you're not even thinking of? And I do feel that there are certain people that you guys just may have decided to move on from, even though you felt the situation was unjust, because I always tell you guys, you can't always try to defend yourself. Sometimes you just got to keep it moving. And sometimes you're going to be in situations where you see that people are being manipulated or something wrong is going on, and you can't try to control that situation. You got to let God reveal the truth. And I do feel, again, that you may have had a group of people that you associated with, and there was only really one bad egg in there that turned everybody against you, but you have a sour taste with everybody in that situation, and they know it, and they also deserve it too because they didn't have your back or didn't see the truth in whatever transpired. But I do feel because those people are also being divinely orchestrated to just grow from situations and see the truth of situations just like everybody is, God is revealing to certain individuals that you were not the wrong one. And I feel it's not only to say, okay, the collective out there, you're right about everything. It's not about that. It's also to show these people that this person is toxic for them as well. Because again, if someone's going to be toxic towards you, they're going to be toxic towards others. It's not just something that just happens, you know? Again, loyalty is an interesting thing. Sometimes being loyal to one person means being disloyal to another, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that there are truly toxic people out there that manipulate situations constantly to make themselves look better and throw people under the bus. And I definitely sense that there is some people out there discussing the fact that they know that you got thrown under the bus, and maybe it took them a while to realize it. And if they did realize it at the time, they were just too afraid to say something, or they just had loyalty to the wrong person. But there are situations happening where these people are growing and elevating, and this person is continuously having issues with other individuals. And if you just look at the facts of the situation, it just seems like you guys were wronged. I am picking up on again, you may be hearing from somebody you don't expect that wants to talk about something that happened in the past. And I feel it's not because they want to rehash old wounds with you. They want to get clarity about certain things that went on between them and that person. I feel like, again, when people are dealing with highly toxic people, they are gaslit into believing certain things that aren't true. And I do feel like somebody wants to reach out to you just for peace of mind about their own past, their own situation. For some of you, this may not manifest in this person actually reaching out, but you will have dreams about them or be seeing signs about certain people, and you're kind of confused about that. I'm also sensing, again, an ex in your life or a past lover that definitely wasn't the best towards you, and they're feeling very guilty. I feel like you guys deal with people who continuously are toxic to other people as well, and it's like, what makes collective any different, right? Some of you guys are like, I have a hard time believing this person is guilty about the way they treated me because they treat everybody bad. But I just feel like you guys are very divinely protected, and you are one of the only people to really stand up to this person and tell them why what they're doing is toxic or how they need to change or walk away from them. And I also feel as well, you know, the angels and God revealed to the people around this person or to this individual that they're actually wrong for what they've done. And I do feel, again, there's just going to be a lot of situations where things will come to pass that you guys try to warn others about. It could be months later, it could be years later, but people always think about you as that person who was the first to say something. So yeah, I feel that you stuck up for yourself in a certain situation, and maybe a few people didn't like that because they were trying to have someone else's back. But over time, these people also got wronged by this individual, or the truth started coming out revolving around that situation, and I'm hearing, wow, I made a mistake. And again, these people may not have any association with you anymore, but they just feel bad and guilty. I also feel as well that this could also be people that don't even understand why they're feeling guilty. Maybe the truth didn't fully come out. I'm also sensing other situations where maybe the truth hasn't 100% came out because there's no opportunity for that yet, but they're trying to understand and rationalize why they feel guilty in a certain situation where they may have been involved with you and other people. And I do feel it's because their intuition is telling them that they did not make the right choice, that they did not stand up for the right person. And this will follow these individuals until they kind of realize or have that realization, like, I made a wrong choice there. I need to acknowledge that. So it's a situation where I do feel like somebody sided with the wrong person, and they're continuously thinking about that situation and realizing that that was not the right choice to make. And it's going to keep bothering them until they actually have that moment where they're like, okay, I'm going to choose better next time. And I feel that there is just a lot of people that are having guilt and shame come up in regards to the way they have handled their connections with you. So it's really interesting. You guys could be feeling these emotions, but again, I do sense at least one apology coming through. I do feel like in the past, you guys already had friends apologize for the way they treated you, and maybe you guys are still cool, but you may pick up on energy of guilt with certain people that you have back in your life that you may have had falling outs with. And again, I think it's just because people come to realize that they treated you cruelly, and when someone actually does have love and care for you, they regret the way that they acted immensely. And I do feel that you may have a friend around you that may be coming around more or trying to spend more time with you because they really did value their friendship with you, but they felt like they didn't do a great job, like being a good friend to you. And that's just something that's coming through. Like, I do feel that I'm also hearing parenting out of guilt. So some of you guys may have a parent in your life that's actually being extra nice to you lately, because maybe they did mess up in your childhood and stuff. And I feel that there's a reason why you guys are that person that brings that energy out of people. Number one, at the time, you may have gotten more hell by standing up for yourself or actually pointing out what was wrong in the situation. But number two, a lot of the things that you guys speak about is actually to help that person too, because sometimes when the people we love are toxic, it's not always about, oh, you're treating me badly. You also see how that toxic behavior pushes people away and makes them more miserable. Sometimes people are toxic and we don't hate them for it. It's just their own trauma. Just like you guys would want someone to point out what you're doing wrong that could help benefit your life. There are people out there that realize that they were not acting the best ways towards you. And not only have they pushed you away, but they pushed other people away. I am sensing, again, a situation where you were involved with somebody, and a lot of those people that were involved with you guys at the time, whether it was family or friends, you had mutuals, they also parted ways with this person after you guys fell off. And it may not have anything to do with you, but it is purely karmic and energetic that the same patterns started to repeat themselves. And just like you guys started to stand up to this person, other people around this person started to stand up. And I do feel for specific individuals, you have mutual friends with someone that you fell off with, and they saw how that person treated you, and they kind of stood up for you too, or they knew to be cautious with that person as well, and decided to go separate ways with that person too, just because now they have multiple people around them kind of recounting the same experiences. And I even feel for that toxic person, they're starting to realize that maybe they are the problem because multiple people now are repeating what it is that you had said to them about their behavior. And a lot of people are very comfortable around like enablers, and I feel that this person is being called to grow, so they may have put themselves in a new environment where people are no longer enabling this person, or people are just fed up. And again, I always tell you guys are sometimes the first to stand up or walk away from certain people. I see the color blue can be significant. I see like a big blue truck. Someone can drive a truck or have a blue car. I'm also seeing like a white car. I don't know, I'm just seeing like traffic go by, and I'm noticing like a lot of different minor details. A white bird could be significant as well. Someone could have a pet. Anyway, but I'm seeing with this Three of Pentacles, yeah, this could be a workplace situation, or this could just be a family environment, a friend group, all of the above. There are people coming together to want to support you guys or to hype you up even behind your back. And I do sense there was a situation where you were really good to somebody, like you hyped them up, like you put them on, you maybe even introduced them to your friends or got them a job or went out of your way. And sometimes people are just very skeptical of those that are just so like big-hearted. I feel like this person just didn't, I just feel like whoever this person was, they may have just had trust issues, but I feel like what happened was someone may have introduced you to people around them, or maybe they help you get a job, or something happened where someone introduced you to people, or you introduced them to people, and this person can see from another perspective how well you were respected or how well you were liked. And the reason why sometimes people turn against you is because you can trigger a jealousy in others where they feel like you're getting accepted in a way where they're not. Now, the reason why you're getting accepted in a way that this person is not is because of the way that you guys handle relationships and the way that you go about things and the way that you listen and care for others. But again, shallow, superficial, toxic people will just see that people are praising you behind your back to your face in front of them, and they're wondering, oh, what's so special about this person? What do they have that I don't, right? And I just sense that there's a situation where someone acted toxically towards you out of jealousy, and the people around them noticed that. It's like, yo, you were the first person to bring this person around and hype them up, or you were the one who introduced us. Why do you hate them now, right? I feel like people sometimes want to bring you guys around to reap the benefits of your great qualities. And people do like you. Maybe you're a great +1. Maybe you help that person get into certain rooms, or you help them with something, right? But sometimes when you guys shine outside of someone's control, they start to feel uneasy. And this could even be like an ex for some of you, that their family or their friends really liked you too much, or everywhere you went, people wanted to talk to you. And you just have that quality. Instead of just admiring guys for the light that you are, hence why they hang out with you, because you have a light to you, they may have tried to turn people against you because they couldn't handle the fact that maybe certain people want to start hanging out with you, and maybe even without them, right? And I get it. It could be some jealousy involved, but there's just a situation going on where someone may have saw that happening, and they had to ruin the way those other people viewed you. So they could have made stuff up. They could have just separated you from certain people, isolated you. And this can be like a minor energy, or this could be like a major. It could be workplace gossip. This could be a whole situation regarding like a relationship that things got out of hand. So you're wondering, why certain relationships get weird. It's because a certain person could want to draw a wedge between certain individuals that you guys also know, whether it's to control you or to control those other people, control those narratives. Now, another thing as well, I feel, is that there's a certain person here that they wanted to basically play both sides. And because you guys became maybe well connected with other people in this situation, they realized they couldn't do that because maybe the truth was coming out about them. So that's what I'm picking up on. Someone really tried to sabotage or get you fired or kicked out or removed from a relationship or situation because you were definitely exposing this person and they really didn't like it. And on top of that, people really liked you. People really listened to you. People really received you well. And unfortunately, there's going to be some relationships that are tarnished beyond control because of someone else's lies and manipulation. Because if someone comes to them that they trust, and someone comes to a person that they trust and say, oh, collective, you're talking badly about this and that. Like, why would they assume that that person's lying about that? So I feel, again, that someone may have told other people that you didn't like them or that you were talking bad about them when you weren't. And and I feel like it was because they really just didn't like the way people wanted to support you. And like I always tell you guys, the right people always come around you. The truth will always come out. And these people who have these toxic habits, you're not going to be the first person that they do this stuff to. So it's not that you're the only one that people singled out. I feel, again, some of you guys may feel backstabbed because a group of people turn their back on you. But I'll tell you guys, it's usually just one person in there that is really adding to that. You know what I mean? I really feel like a lot of times when toxic things transpire, there's really one bad egg that makes all that stuff happen. Just like on the opposite end things, you guys are that person to come in there, and when you see toxic things, be like, hey, let's speak more appropriately. Let's not talk badly about people. Let's not do this. Like, I feel like you guys can come in there and call things out and try to better people and better the situation, but not a lot. Some people don't like that, right? I feel like you guys want to set the tone to elevate the rooms that you're in, but like you guys do that, there's certain people that set the tone to drag down the energy in the room, and there's going to be times you guys enter certain environments where you're doing spiritual warfare with a certain person and you don't even realize it. So that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like, again, like this Seven of Cups always comes out. This card always comes out when I do readings for you guys. It's so funny, especially on Patreon. Like, you are somebody with a lot of options, and you are very well liked and well respected. And I want to take it a step further. You have certain people out there that will try to devalue you. Like, for my feminines out there, right? I feel like maybe you make friends really easily of the same gender, of the opposite gender, but you'll have people tell you, oh, these people around you, they don't really like you. They just want to sleep with you. Like, they don't care what you have to say, right? I definitely have had situations where I've had like guy friends where like I don't want to be with them, but for whatever reason, every single guy that I had around me, they tried to tell me, oh, they don't really like you. They just want to sleep with you. Like, whatever. It's like, okay, but why are you here then if every man is like this, right? There's certain people that'll try to tell you certain things, but it's like kind of more telling about themselves than the way that you really are, right? And I feel that if you're a masculine energy, you may have a lot of female friends around you, or women really like you, and yeah, maybe they would if the opportunity is there, but people actually respect you guys beyond just your looks in the shallow, and that's because you are someone that has things of value outside the looks in the shallow. So if anybody tries to tell you that men only come around you for one thing, or women only come around you for one thing, or people only come around you for one thing, that is not true. But I feel like you may have had a situation where you actually do have a lot of options. You have a lot of options in terms of dating. If you guys want to date certain people, you know you can, but I really am picking up on the collective that you guys make friends really easily. You network really easily. A lot of people value you outside of having a romantic connection with you, and if you have individuals that don't respect the friendship with you or try to push that, those people need to go. I also see as well, again, air of jealousy, especially if you guys are out there. You gravitate people towards you, and people could think that means that you're better looking than them, or whatever, like the shallow stuff, but really it's your energy. Really it's the way you approach. Really it's just who you are, that you're a healer. You draw people in, and some people's energy is like a repellent, and they could be a runway model, right? And that's kind of what I'm picking up on. Like, people feel the need to diminish you because of this light you have, and I do feel if you are single, you definitely do have a lot of options here as well with this Seven of Cups. And I do sense that, again, like both of these situations, there's just somebody here who has people kind of catering to them, like, you know, these men over here are like, hey, I got a drink for you, I got a drink for you, I got a drink for you, and these people over there are like doing her makeup. And again, I do feel like if people are coming around you to support you, it's because you do have something of value there. Like, if people are doing your hair and makeup, it's because you are valued for whatever you're needed for on set, right? And just like those people know that that's their job to make sure you look good, you also take care of the people around you. And I feel, again, like a lot of you guys are meant to be leaders, teachers, healers, people in the spotlight. And there's going to be people that love to support you and what you have going on. There's people that think that they deserve your position, even though you worked for it. And again, with the Seven of Cups here, again, people are like, oh, can I get a minute of your time? Can I get a minute of your time? Can I get a minute of your time? And people are like, what do they have that I don't? Why are people always wanting to buy them drinks or be generous with them? It's because you guys bring a good energy to the table. When they're around you, things happen for them. When maybe you're also generous with other people too as well, or the universe is paying you back, or, you know, for some of you guys, you really do add to whatever environment you're in. Or again, you guys are in a position where networking with you is valuable to other people, so they want a second of your time, or you're in a type of line where people would pay for your advice, so offering you something is normal, right? And I feel like people are jealous of that energy that you guys elevated yourself to, and being in this energy requires you to remove the people who make you believe that you don't deserve to be in that energy. And I want you guys to know this, because a lot of you guys have this energy, but you don't feel like you have this energy because you're around people or situations that are devaluing you, or were around situations that are devaluing you. And that's what I kind of sense, that your energy and your divine protection will kick those people out of your energy if they feel like you don't deserve that. Because again, I've sensed that you guys had dated people or had friends or coworkers that saw the special treatment you guys got, or they're calling it special treatment. I'm just saying it's just the energy you guys putting out there coming back to you, and you guys knowing your worth. They see that as, oh, screw this person. I can't stand the fact that they think that they deserve everything. Da, 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 da. And again, I'm sensing as well, you may have had a friend in the past here who hated the fact that you had high standards for yourself because they didn't feel worthy of that treatment. Or you've had exes here that didn't like the fact you had high standards because they couldn't afford your price. Whether it was you like to go out to dinner, or you like to go to events that they can't afford, whatever, that's not your problem. And that's what I'm hearing. Like, you guys are realizing that other people's problems are not your problems, and you'll have friends or situations that want to come with you everywhere when they haven't elevated to that point. And that's spiritually. I'm not just talking about just shallow, like, going to VIP lounge or something. I'm actually talking about spiritually speaking. They will get energetically kicked out of a room that they can't handle, or they will sabotage that situation, or they'll get in there and be uncomfortable. For example, if you guys have an event that is networking, right? You're going to bring the friend around that is friendly, that knows how to talk to people, that carries themselves well. And that's the same thing with you guys. You're friendly, you know how to carry yourself. Some of you guys are just quiet, you mind your own damn business, and that's why people like you, And then there's certain environments where people are mad that you're not inviting them anymore, and it's because of the fact that they throw a fit when they don't get attention, or they're dramatic, or they complain a lot, and people don't realize the reason why they're not getting invited places is because of the way that they are. And the reason why I bring this up is because there is somebody who definitely tried to do a hate campaign against you because of the way that they saw people liking you, but it definitely backfired, and now they're starting to feel guilty about it because they're being exposed for who they are, and they're actually realizing that they only attacked you because of the fact that they wish they had these qualities you embodied. And not only that, people are not leaving them out because of any superficial reason. It's because they just don't bring the best energy forward. And I do feel that you guys do give people your quality time and energy when you can. Like, you guys just don't go and do things for the validation of it. And it's going to put you in a very different energetic sphere, but that's also going to make a lot of social interactions with you guys very draining. So again, a lot of you guys don't see yourself as a social butterfly or someone that is charismatic or people love, but you truly are that, despite the way certain people dim you back in your shell. Some of you guys think that you're super introverted, but you're just drained from people being jealous and evil eye. And some of you guys think that you are shy, or you think that people don't like you, but really it's energies imposed onto you from toxic relationships, toxic people, family, friends, people that are mad that when you get introduced to other people, people gas you up. And on the opposite end of things, you guys get left out of certain situations, but it's not because people don't like you. It's because one person doesn't invite you because they know or they fear that you're going to get more attention than them, or that's what I'm hearing, or opportunities and whatever. So you kind of figured that a certain person was leaving you out of things because they were threatened by you. And that's kind of a compliment at the end of the day, I do feel that a lot of people, that's why I feel like you guys don't stress or try to sabotage people that leave you out. You're like, okay, not for me. I'm going to go where I'm wanted. I'm going to go where I'm needed. And that's just the energy I see here. You guys also have mastered the ability to go where you're needed. And you are wanted in a lot of places, and if other people made you feel that way, well, F them, because I honestly see that it is coming out in certain environments that also after maybe certain things happened and you left that friend group, you left that relationship, you left that workplace, people really start to miss you and realize you really were the one bringing the good energy there. And lo and behold, whatever wasn't the great energy in that room starts causing more problems with someone else. And I'm starting to see a pattern here. People are starting to notice patterns in others. Like, it's not just the collective here that's waking up. I feel like you guys are sometimes the first to wake up, but you're meant to wake up other people, speak your truth, and your energy does that. So a lot of people you just got to be patient with. It'll take the time to kind of elevate and see the truth. And sometimes people just end up acting out themselves or misconceive certain situations, and they look back at it and realize they lost a valuable friend or a valuable person or a valuable soulmate or a valuable worker because of their own fears or their own insecurity or their own preconceived notions. And then they want to come back in your life and realize that. And I do sense that there are certain people in your life writing and deleting messages, preparing apologies. And I'm hearing you guys so much love in you. Yeah, you guys so much love in you, so much love in your heart. And I do feel like, again, it can be misunderstood. You guys can be passionate about certain things, and people can take that the wrong way. Especially, I can get on a topic I'm very passionate about, and people are like, whoa, chill. But it comes from the heart. Like, you guys are here to make a difference, and a lot of times people may think you're attacking them, but you're really trying to get your point across that they need to understand something for their own betterment. Yeah, right. And sometimes it's hard to tell in certain situations, like, who is truly just narcissistic and who's actually just being real. I mean, I feel like you guys may feel like you have a good discernment, but there are times where you may felt like you were fooled by others as well. So, if you had someone around you betray you, you were fooled by this individual. They had qualities that you didn't see it coming. And so that happens in other situations as well. And I always tell you guys this, like, highly toxic people, they're very good at making people like them. They're very good at love bombing. They're very good at a lot of different things. So just like they can loop you in with compliments, make you feel good and safe, they can do that to others and turn others against you. So I do feel that you guys made the right choice to leave certain situations behind, or if you were fired or removed from certain situations, just to move on from it and not worry too much, because you know that God's going to open other doors for you. And just like there's people out there that will not appreciate what you have to offer, there's plenty of people that want to help and assist you in your goals and your dreams and your visions, even if they don't necessarily understand 100% of what your vision is. I do feel like people want to support and be around you just because you're a good vibe, just because you do what you can to look out for others, just because being in your energy is a protective field. And with the 10 of Pentacles there, I see you guys entering a higher level of stability very, very soon. The Chariot's there. I feel like, again, another reason why people start regretting the way they treated you is because toxic people have a tendency to just keep kind of come back, keep trying to convince people of their side, keep trying to alienate, keep trying to talk crap. And you guys do none of that. I see with the Chariot here, you move forward with your life, and that kind of shows people that you are just not one to sit around and worry about what people are thinking or feeling if people don't like you. I'm hearing you really think you care if you really don't like me, because you guys know that your vision and being authentic is much more important than being liked. And I feel, again, that you've definitely changed a lot of people's perspective on a certain individual, but also on life. Some of you guys is bigger than that. Like, you start talking about topics that are passionate to people, and you also may discuss certain, okay, I feel like you could stand up for people. You could just do certain things that are not normalized in certain environments where a lot of people get mad about that because they don't want to change, but it could be one or two people in the group and they're like, actually, yeah, I never did feel good when we were making fun of that person. I never did feel great when we were talking this way or act this way or doing this job in a scammy way or whatever, right? Like, I feel like there's even if there's one person in the room that's listening to you, if you can kind of wake them up and see what is not going right there, like, you're only going to help them move forward their life and away from toxic things. Because again, a lot of people are only toxic because they're conditioned to be that way, or they think that's the only way to be, or they didn't see a problem with that, you know? And then there's certain people over there that know what they're doing is wrong, but they want to keep people around them for their own benefit, and this is not who you guys are. You're somebody who leads, but not by control, and that's what I'm seeing here. And like I said, you guys debunk the things people say about you just by living your truth. And that's why I always tell you guys, don't worry about being yourself and having people not like you for it, because the right people will see that. And I do sense as well, even in situations where people are mad that you walked away, these people will have moments of weakness. Even the toxic people will have moments of weakness and talk about you and be like, I kind of miss so-and-so. And then the friends around them, the people around them, and the family around them will be like, well, didn't you say that they did this and this and this? And they're like, well, they double down. They're like, well, actually, I had a fault in that too. And you'll be surprised a lot of people are waking up to their hand in situations where you guys weren't treated the best. And I feel just like you guys look back at your actions and could be like, okay, I could have handled that better. There's a lot of people out there definitely thinking that in regards to a situation revolving you. We got 3 of Cups there. And I just feel like you guys are missed because overall, it just comes down to the fact that people feel good when they're around you. And not because of a shallow love bombing thing, but it's because you are not draining, you add something to the table, and sometimes that superficial love bombing can sound good or feel good, but it's not real, right? But you guys could be very raw and real, and people feel good after leaving interaction with you, but also it's not like you're sitting there and trying to get a certain outcome. You're just being yourself, you're vibing. And that's kind of like, I feel like people are just I feel like, again, a lot of people are pushed in certain directions because a lot of people just are pushy, right? And I feel like you guys just don't have that energy. I just feel like you could be very passionate or adamant about your morals or your beliefs, but there's just an energy where people miss you because they had fun when they were around you, and they realize this person that I'm with, that I may have chose over this person, or this family or these friends or these people that I decided to just stick by or stay in this energy, I'm not enjoying this right now. It was comfortable for me, but I'm not enjoying this. So I just see groups of people, like multiple people, talking about how they miss you and how you actually did add a lot, and how the times that you guys were around were the most fun times and were the best times. So they're like, I just can't see some of these things that this toxic person is saying about them to be true. And again, I get it, because we're even told we live in a time where everyone's accusing everyone of being a narcissist. Everyone's accusing everyone of being toxic when we all have things we need to work on. We have relationships that bring out bad sides of us. We have relationships that bring out good sides of us. And I feel that it's really hard to know what to believe. But that's why I'm saying that there's certain environments where people are starting to miss you and feel guilty. And that's the first step for them realizing, okay, well, if this person was so horrible, then why am I not at peace with them not in my life? And I feel that there's definitely an ex or past sling that had their own issues with you out of jealousy, but also realized that certain people were pulling them away from you. And on top of that, I sense there's a situation where there could be people that were saying bad things about you to this person, but then still ended up pursuing something with you or hanging out with you. And they're like, how does that make any sense? And it's because a lot of times people want you guys all to themselves. And yeah, there could be a relationship where other people were jealous. Like maybe this person's friends also wanted you for themselves and said bad things about you to get that person away from you so that they can have you. And I think somebody's realizing this, that their friend is not their friend, or their friends are not their friends, right? And they lost you in some sort of, or their family or whatever, they lost you in some sort of situation where they just didn't have your back, right? And again, there's a few energies coming in here, so I can't even really pinpoint one. I'm getting like a friend group or work situation where one person may have tarnished reputation. I'm also getting maybe a dating situation where one person involved in that situation, somebody didn't want you dating that person and sabotage that, and people are just not going to feel at peace when they have something around them that isn't healthy for them. Another thing as well, I do feel like you are a type of person to call people out on their behavior that isn't great, and I feel that a lot of people who do know you and love you acknowledge the fact that you have that ability to kind of set them straight. And yeah, I feel that you have maybe a relationship here with somebody who doesn't want you to leave them behind, but they know that they haven't been acting right towards you. I'm hearing maybe you called them out on their lies. You told them that something needs to change. I feel like someone just hasn't been happy since you guys walked away. Let's see who this individual is. But I also feel there's a lot of people that really feel like they have to be the best version of themselves to be part of your life. I don't know if that's necessarily always a great thing, but I kind of feel like it's because of the fact that you guys will stand up for things that aren't right. And again, I always think about this like in the Bible, like where, you know, people ask Jesus like, oh, why do you hang out with these people, like these what was it, like the tax collectors or whatever? And he said, well, these are people who need me the most, like the sinners, right? Like, so it's kind of like that concept as well. Like you guys may be brought through some relationships or friendships where you know these people ain't right. There is something wrong going on here, but you have that power and influence to call things out. And if they truly want to heal and be better, they will listen to you. So I do feel like you are brought in highly toxic environments. Some of you guys have a job, obviously, where you are a mentor, a teacher, a healer, and you deal with problematic people, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Some people are dedicated to the mask and living a lie, and some people actually start to wake up and realize, oh my gosh, like there is something wrong with me. I need to heal. I need to change. And you have quite a few amount of people out there that are like realizing that. They're like, I actually have been living life the wrong way. And that brings up things that this person realizes about their past, like they are guilty, and especially about the way they treated you, like somebody who really was just trying to look out for them. That's not an easy position to be in, you know, to call people out on things and patterns that they've been stuck in for a while, but I see that happening here. And it's like you guys truly are brought around people that do need you the most, and sometimes it is the people that other people just don't want to deal with. You know, it's going to be one of two ways. It's going to be people that you know, have been going a long time hurting other people and you call them out on it, or it's going to be people that also are genuinely good people, but they have certain ways about them that are preventing them from actually being seen for who they are. Like maybe you have a friend that comes across like shallow, superficial, but you know that they're not. They just do that because they think that's going to make them look good, or someone that just wants to be cool or accepted to a group, but those group of people are not for them, right? It's just things that they are feeling like from an inner wound of wanting to be accepted, or someone who's materialistic and you're trying to tell them that's not gonna make you happy, right? There's gonna be situations going on where certain people are just conditioned to think a certain way, and then when it comes out that that situation was not for their higher good, they're gonna feel bad about the way they may have acted. And again, it just could be natural for you guys to just be like, hey, I know you think that this is the best choice, but this is not healthy for you. And you have done it to quite a few amount of people. There's going to be people out there that say, F this, you know, I'm going to do what I want, walk away, whatever. But there's a few amount of people who are like, you know what? That made me realize something about myself that needs to change. I don't know why I thought that way. So, yeah. Again, it's going to be a work situation as well. I feel like a lot of you guys are meant to be leaders or teachers, or there's something that you do with work that it could be very eye-opening to others, or I'm just seeing other people that are in your field as well, really look up to you, really respect you. Again, you could definitely have had some workplace enemies because your truth threatened other people's lives. You challenge the status quo. And you're just here to bring in some sort of enlightenment. And I feel as well, because you guys do have this Empress energy, you do attract a lot of people who have a lot of wounds, whether it's mother wounds, father wounds, generational wounds. And that also results in people being highly possessive over you and acting out in low vibrational ways and not intentionally doing that, because a lot of people do view you as like a gem, as a star in their life that makes them happy. So it's like once they feel like other energies are threatening that, they may want to sabotage that. So you may have had a friend here that did really love you, but they saw you connecting with other people or doing other things, and they really just wanted you all to themselves. And yeah, I also feel as well that you've had people in your life that have maternal wounds, right? And when you guys are coming in with a very motherly or fatherly energy, they kind of are acting out as if you are that person that hurt them or that mother that hurt them. So it's like if someone had grown up in a toxic environment, right, and you guys offer them love and support and nurturing, they have a toxic reaction to that because they're still angry at the past, or people expect you to mother them like their mother should have, their father should have, and they punish you because you cannot be that with this Empress energy or this Emperor energy you guys embody. You have people here that are punishing you for trauma that has nothing to do with you, and that makes them look back and be guilty about it because they're like, why did I do that to that person? And they also have this energy where they need to be accountable for it because you ain't going to be messing with my people out there, you know? But yeah, again, you guys definitely have a lot of people that don't really quite understand why they treated you so badly. And now they're just coming to terms with that and wanting to rationalize it. And I do sense that somebody is, because again, at first people just want to say, oh, F you, you know, whatever. But over time, they're like, wow, that was a good friend of mine. They always stood by me. They always listened to me. They always helped me. They were genuine. And why did I do that? Or sometimes if you guys stand up for yourself or get mad, people are so toxic, they don't even know what they did wrong, right? And they're thinking back to their actions and they finally have that moment like, oh, I did do that. Like, instead of arguing with you, they look back to what you told them they did wrong. And they're like, well, if that's, I understand now that that wasn't the right way to act. And yeah, a lot of people just have a hard time being accountable. So you hold people accountable and it makes them angry, but over time they get guilty. And like I said before, there's situations not with somebody you had issues with, but people around them that realize that they may have been listening to the wrong individual, that you called it for what you saw it. And I think you guys understand that not one person is always 100% guilty or wrong. There's always like something that we could do better. But again, there are situations where somebody just may have been really toxic and actually 100% in the wrong, right? Like I feel like and I think that you like there's people around this individual that's like realizing that like they may have saw in the past like, okay, these two are just toxic together, but it comes out that you guys were just trying to do your thing and mind your own business and someone was constantly attacking you. And again, those things come out over time. Because I like to say that, you know, in relationships, everyone's got to work on things, but there are just certain situations where you guys were just being genuine and somebody here wasn't. And we got the Lovers in reverse. And I do see here that Ace of Swords. Yeah, I just feel like someone's having clarity that they were just really unhappy with the way you guys were glowing and shining. The way people liked you, the way people supported you, because I think them bringing you into a certain environment or they had a certain plan or agenda for how they wanted you to act or be, and you ended up just doing such a great job like being you that it overshined this person. Someone definitely didn't really like that you outshined them basically, and it may have caused a lot of issues there in this connection. But yep, we got the star. I knew that was going to come out, but I do see an apology coming here. Because even if they're someone who can't handle dating some of your caliber or being friends with your caliber, or having you in their workplace because you're strong-minded, you want your own thing, you only came in with your genuinity, and they're like, just because I was not happy with myself, not give me an excuse to treat this person this way. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, you guys will have a lot of situations where you are confiding and helping people and being there for them, but they're also jealous of the fact that you have that elevated status where you can do that, where you'll take people in and help them, but they'll be mad that you're in the position to help them and think they deserve more, or you actually have a win in your life and they feel like they're deserving of your successes after you're trying to help build them up too. But it comes to find out that, you know, they missed all the benefits of having you around by being a piece of crap. And this is what's happening. Like, somebody really thought that, like, just devaluing you guys. Like, there's a situation here where someone really tried to devalue you to others, but it didn't work. And other people around this person started to value you more than them. And now they want to come back in your life too, like, because they're also in a situation where everyone is below them in their sense, or not offering them the things that they think they deserve, and they lost access to somebody who actually was putting them onto a new level. So I do see an apology coming out. 6 of Cups here, Wheel of Fortune. Again, somebody feels like their luck has been really bad since they've hurt and betrayed you. That's the other side of things as well. But there's energy here of somebody who may have had some misfortunes since going about things wrong with you, but there is guilt there, so they're like kind of seeing themselves as like, okay, I deserve it. Can we tell the water sign? Male, I've been seeing that energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm seeing Aquarius energy too as well. Sagittarius. Got unlocked potential, underlining motives, inevitable. Lies and partial truth. I feel like it's just inevitable that lies come out, and if someone has a partial motive or a not good motive at being involved with you, that's going to hit the fan, because you're very divinely protected, and also you have the ability to see these things over time too. There are other priorities, influences, and distractions, and I feel again there's going to be a situation here where you're going to get closure, where somebody just realized that they did not treat you the right way, and they thought, you know, their arrogance was going to, like, they thought they could just forget about you, move on. Like, okay, we didn't agree. Like, a situation here where you and somebody, I feel like it's somebody dated or somebody you were friends with. I'm seeing masculine energy, but you didn't see eye to eye, and they just thought, oh, we're just too different, or, oh, you know, we're just not getting along, or everything wrong happens with us. But it's really their fault that you are not the enabler here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just wanted to be enabled, and you weren't having that. And I just see that on top of that, they also couldn't handle or control the situation with you, because so many people around them that actually liked you guys and wanted to be in your life, and they may have tried to destroy the way other people viewed you out of jealousy. And now this person wants to come back in your life, which is hysterical. That's also going to show a lot of people around this person that they were basically not telling the truth, or they basically were acting out of anger. And I feel like it could be a situation where someone was just really mad at you, or it could be a situation where somebody was just truly, I'm hearing sadistic. Like, it's going to be a whole thing here. But yeah, it's like I'm hearing, like, because they couldn't control you, they wanted to control the way other people viewed you, or at the same time, all of that. Like, they want to have you around for their benefit. Like, oh, look at this person I have, they're great, they're successful, they're dating me, or they're my friend, or look who I'm friends with, or look who I have working for me, or whatever, right? But it just happened that they couldn't also control that energy. So it was almost like they felt like people were starting to view you in a higher light than them, or people wanted to be around you more than them. It was almost like every time people hit them up, oh, are you bringing so-and-so? They're amazing. Oh, so-and-so's not here. Oh, where's so-and-so? Oh, you guys are so-and-so, right? You get what I'm talking about? Like, somebody just felt like you were overshining them in some sort of situation. And it's funny now because they got what they wanted, right? They're with somebody, or they're in a situation where everyone's looking to them like the one, and they're unsatisfied. They lost a light in their life, and they're realizing about themselves, because they may not realize that they acted out in this behavior, but that's exactly what's going on here. Someone is actually very guilty about treating you badly. And it's funny because people bring you around because you're charismatic and great, and you impress people, and you got a lot of great things going on. Someone here is bilingual, and maybe you're talking another language to someone they knew, and they were like jealous. Like, I'm saying, you guys just are so charismatic that the person's like, damn, everyone likes this person more than me now. This backfired. They're supposed to come around and make me look good. Like, some guys, it's a masculine that wanted you to come around because you're hot, but they weren't expecting you to steal the show or the spotlight, right? And you're thinking, yeah, I did a good job. Like, everyone there liked me, and then they try to, you know, lecture you on how you didn't act right, or they didn't call you back, right? Like, it's stuff like that where they're like, why did I do that? Because if anything, me bringing that person around was a great look for me. Like, they actually elevated my situation, right? And it's not a competition. Like, I feel like, you know, either way, people will have a problem with the way you guys are because of the way that you shine. So you guys are just realizing, I'm just gonna be myself. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And that's what I'm kind of seeing here. Like, you just invoke inadequacy in others because you're such a light and you shine. And also the healing that needs to get done. So I feel like in one of these situations here where this person wants to come back, I'm feeling like they are realizing that they didn't realize at the time why they were acting that way towards you. They were just telling themselves like, oh, like, you know, we're not getting along, or blah, 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 right? Or we're not a match, or whatever. Or you were, or like maybe in the workplace, like you were trying to tell this person, hey, this is the best way to go about the project, and people around them were like, we agree, and they didn't like that. They're thinking you were challenging their authority, right? But really you want what's best for them, the business, and it came out that you were right about something, and they're like, wow, I was just being arrogant. Like, I thought I knew what was best, but this person actually just trying to help. Like, that's basically what I'm seeing here. Yeah, it could be a situation where you stepped up and tried to diffuse, and it was more for that person than anything else that you even did any of those things. So yeah, I feel like also if you did charm their friends or the people around them, or made a good impression, it's because you guys probably don't give an F about that. You probably did that because you thought that'd make them happy, right? I feel like there's somebody here who's like, I was a fool because now I have somebody or people around me that are, some of you guys, it could be a relationship where they went with someone else, and I'm not trying to talk bad about someone else's significant other or nothing like that, but what I'm sensing is this person's perspective, because maybe they're not the nicest person. They got something lesser that's not impressive, and nobody is hyping up their girl or their guy the way people hyped you up. And they were like, dang, like, I actually like the fact that I had someone on my shoulder that was such an elevated my status in a way, instead of resenting that. And again, not the healthiest way of thinking, but I'm just telling you what I see here. You would have helped that person better themselves, get them in certain rooms. But something is telling me that you also wanted this person to change their behaviors and attitudes towards others too. And they weren't really ready to face that as well. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Someone here still watching you. I do feel that they were really mad that other people really liked you. And I feel again that even if they try to say something bad about you to other people really don't care, because they still think that you're awesome. And this person's just coming out as being bitter and choosing situations that were not of their best interest because of an insecurity that you may invoke. So we got, I am ready, I'm afraid to get close to people. I want to say another side of this too as well. There is a side where you guys do invoke feelings and emotions. Someone here did have feelings towards you. This is romantic, and they were afraid of also getting close to you because they just didn't feel in control of their feelings. And you just, another thing too as well, like maybe if this person had brought you around their friends and their friends really liked you a lot, they felt like they were going to lose you. It may not always be a bad intention here. Like, they may feel as though like you were flirting with their friends or whatever, when they look back at it, like, actually, no, they didn't do anything wrong. They were just being friendly, and I told them to introduce them. Like, you guess what I'm talking about. Like, you really just being yourself. And that's what someone's realizing. You're just being yourself, and they made the wrong choice here to feel in control of these negative, low vibrational insecurities that they need to kind of fix. And again, this person's feeling guilty because they could have even started rumors about you or say bad things about you to their friends because they didn't want them to come after you or date you. But that could have came back to you and really hurt you, what other people were saying, right? Or they could have said certain things to kind of downplay your relationship with them because they want to feel in control, but then they realize that all that stuff got back to you because these people liked you and told you, and now the relationship is over, and they feel really guilty about that because that's not their true feelings. And also now they've actually given those other people a leeway to get closer to you and turn against them, right? Especially if people around them weren't loyal to them. That's their problem, not yours, right? If you shining bright is threatening them. I miss being around you. I've been thinking about you a lot. Please don't go. And I don't know what to do. I will be back. I'm still healing. I love your body. I wish you wouldn't push me away. I feel like this individual, wherever they are, I feel that they feel that you pushed them away now because you heard or found something out that they were saying and doing towards you or something like that. And they feel that they pushed you away first, but now you really don't want anything to do with this person. And I don't blame you because you want to be around somebody that you don't have to defend yourself against. Or you want to feel like they have your back, or when you are shining, they're not trying to peg you down a notch or control the narrative. Every song reminds me of you. I'm not ready. I'm spying on you. Yeah. I feel like I am ready. In the past, maybe this person's spying on you. In the past, this person not feel ready to really face. Okay, I feel like this person always wanted to come back towards you, but they were being divinely guided away from you because of the fact that they were not acknowledging their patterns. And if they don't acknowledge their patterns and elevate out of it, then they can't change, right? So there's something forcing someone here to change and grow. And that's why it may have taken some time for this person to really actualize what went wrong here in this connection. Because if everybody likes you and the only people that don't like you are the people that they talk badly about you to them, and people are asking about you, people miss you, and maybe even people that you guys mutually know are wanting to go out and hang out with you over them, or I just feel like you're just someone of value, you know? Or I feel like, again, there could be situations where it could be the workplace and the person was convinced by others to fire you, and then you guys get a better high paying job and you end up like really like making another company more money and they find out about it. Like, it's definitely a karmic situation going on here. This person actually started to feel guilty because that was validation that you weren't bad at your job, or you weren't somebody that was a horrible person. You just were being judged by people that were jealous, you know? And I feel that these are all lessons for people to trust their own gut and to stop listening to people's lies, or these are lessons to stop listening to their insecurities and just allow people to be themselves and shine, right? And I just see that sometimes it's complicated when you have people in your ear. I feel like you guys also had situations where you were lied to about others and it comes back around and you realize that, you know, that person that you hated wasn't so bad, right? Or whatever. It is worth it. Pride keeps us apart. I see a white bird there. Triggers. Stand your ground. There are other priorities. Someone has unmet needs and we outgrew each other, right? I feel like, again, when this person goes back to lower vibrational relationships and connections that are comfortable for them, they're really feeling unsatisfied, like their needs were unmet. And the crazy thing about being around you was that their needs were met and then some, because you guys really added a new energy to this person's life, and whoever this person is, and any group of people or anybody I'm saying mentioned here, you guys add something I'm hearing like the world is black and white and you add the color to it. You know, it's like you guys come in with this energy that is unforgettable, and it's like people wish they handled their relationships with care with you. People wish that they didn't go about things a certain way, and people wish, and also in some situations people turn on that person that hurt you because they are upset that you're not around too because of that person. So that's what I'm seeing here. You're definitely gonna get I'm hearing like 1 to 2 apologies, or people reaching out to you, or people wanting to get closer to you. Even if you didn't have a falling out, there could have been some things going on where this person did turn their back on you when you needed them because of others or others' opinions, or the fact that you did shine a certain way and it made them uncomfortable, and they're acknowledging that within themselves, because that is not something you can control. This could be the one. Yeah, I do feel like there's someone here romantically that actually feels like you were the one for them and they sabotaged that, or you could have been really great for them and they sabotaged it. And I feel that you do deserve better than that. And I think that's why this person's guilty, because they know that you deserve way better than what they did to you, but they made everything worse, because it's like they felt undeserving of you in the past and acted out in it, but now they know for a fact that you know that you deserve better because of their actions. So like this person sabotaged based upon insecurity, and I do feel that this person thinks that you don't like them anymore, you don't care about them anymore, but I feel that they're still gonna try to talk to you and be around you to ease their guilt, because they know deep down that they just weren't right towards you and they didn't treat you the best, and you actually came at them very genuinely. And I also feel as well, it just comes out by others how genuine you guys are, and people talk about that. And I think that even if this person tried talking badly about certain people, and maybe it did work to some regard, there's other people that are like, nah, actually I think that person's pretty cool. I don't agree with you on that. Let's leave it at that. And you are very divinely guided, and I feel like God also guides other people to protect you guys too, and protect your energy. And I do feel that someone failed to protect you from themselves and from others, and they are thinking about that. They're very guilty about that too. So that's what I'm seeing. I do see that your intuition is telling you that you're going to get what you want at a certain situation, like especially somebody who really hurt you. You're going to have a situation where this person is going to come around. It's up to you guys what you want to do there, but I feel like part of this is just all about lessons and learning. And, you know, you're not the only person that others have hurt in this way. People are just stuck in their habits to feel in control, or to protect themselves from getting hurt. So I feel that someone acted a certain way to try to protect themselves from getting hurt, but they ended up getting hurt worse, because they are now living with this epiphany, with this knowing that they weren't right for what they did. And also they're living without you, which is also an L for sure. So that's what I'm seeing there. I'm seeing again, you guys are continuing to shine. You know, it could be all situations where people didn't believe in you and put you down, and now you're making it in the world. There's just so many situations where people are reminded of what they did and how they treated you, and they are riddled with guilt. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I do hope you like this message. I feel like some of you guys are purposely manifesting an apology for somebody else, from somebody else, just because of the fact that you want this person to realize they've done wrong. I'm glad we got the 7 of Cups again. That's so funny. And I do feel like you're going to see a lot of situations where people are coming back and saying they're sorry, and it could be, you know, a closure thing, but it can also be because Yeah, it could be a closure, but it can also be because they want to ease their guilt, but also because they want you back in their life. I feel like you guys can control the narrative of who you want back in your life as well, because a lot of people want back in. Let me back in, I'm hearing. A lot of you guys may be quick to cut off and block people because you are energetically growing, or people are quick to cut you off and block you abruptly and realize they made a mistake because they're acting out of their ego. So I'm feeling like, yeah, someone may have made an impulsive decision here, or was listening to the wrong person, or someone could be getting rid of whatever was hindering their connection with you. Could also be dealing with the fire sign, Leo, and also Aries coming through as well. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I just feel like you guys are just being called to continue to grow and shine. I feel like continue being your Queen of Swords. You don't gotta be nice to anybody that treated you badly, but I do feel if they want back in your life, they gotta earn that, and they really gotta come correct with the right apology. And I kind of see that there's a lot of people out there who do want to do this now, but they're afraid of your reaction. Like they've been wanting to apologize, but they know they gotta do it right. They gotta come correct, and they can't come empty-handed, and they gotta come with an explanation too for the way they acted and some accountability. So you know that there's gonna be a change here. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing, guys. And I feel like there's gonna be situations where you know, like, that certain person's full of crap, but there's gonna be, you know, your intuition will tell you, okay, like maybe there's some changing going on here. And I feel again that there's some people here that were just led the wrong way by others, and they're gonna discuss that with you and have some sort of game plan on how to make things better and how things are gonna change. It still hurts. Sacrifices are being made. There are other priorities. Yeah. There will be a return. Yeah. Somebody definitely wants to return because they went the wrong way back to what was comfortable for them, and they realized that their needs were met around you, but they were uncomfortable with you because of the way they were challenged to grow. But it wasn't a bad uncomfortability. Like anybody that really wants to be better and grow and shine, be more spiritually connected, is going to want to hang out with people like you guys. But there are going to be certain people that are going to have to come to painful realizations about certain people around them in order to move forward, or learn certain karmic lessons in order to move forward and be around you. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. Like you being around you just exposes truth and darkness in others. So that's what I'm seeing. And again, I just pick up on energy where somebody just really is going through it, and maybe they went with what was easy or comfortable to them, and they realize that they're bored, they're unsatisfied, they're depressed, like that they made the wrong choice, and now they're living with guilt that they actually did have someone here that was cheering for them, that was going to elevate them, bring them to better, and now they kind of feel so guilty. And I do feel that there's someone here that already realizes their mistakes, they feel guilty, but they almost don't want to be around you just out of shame of their behavior. But they're going to have to move past that, because there's an opportunity there with you for some of you guys, whether it's work or relationship or it's friendship, you know. I'm also seeing earth signs too as well. Taurus, I'm seeing Virgo, Capricorn, and Scorpio. So yeah, I do feel that you may feel a lot of people watching you, and you're going to see some messages come through of people that regret the way they treated you. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes people just want to have a discussion with you, and then they kind of just back off. And it's just because a lot of times people just want closure about what they did wrong there. And that's kind of like what I see. Like they want closure so that you can understand that they didn't mean to harm you, or it wasn't that they didn't care, it's just that they had other things going on. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people come in to try to ease their guilt and create clarity. And I feel some situations are genuine. Others you're going to be like, thanks, but no thanks, block. So I do hope you guys like that message. I want you guys to comment below. I am divinely protected. If you made it to the end, give me a thumbs up. And also subscribe if you're new here, and follow me on Instagram, Queen Alice Love, for updates on everything I have going on. All right, guys. Love you. I'll see you next time. Bye.